Hello, all, and welcome. And hey, Germ, I got the blanket right above you there if you want to come join. But I've already done my defensive Thursday there for Frozen, so I thought we'd just have like a regular live stream tonight. There, talking about the different peace treaties and the diplomacy there of the Federation, which Federation diplomacy, as you can tell by the title of this live stream, is complete shit. There, I can only name maybe a handful of treaties or accords that are halfway decent. Now, I got a few here that I'd like to go. Like we all know, the Treaty of Algeron. That's the one between the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire that was signed in 2311. Now, it did establish peace of the thing, but the Federation gave up one one big thing. They could not even make clothes for defensive purposes. I was like, that's complete fucking bullshit. That's just giving a leg up to the fucking Romulans. If they really wanted peace, they had said it as equally there. And hey, Bird, hey, if you want, come on up. Come on up. You're always welcome up here. And Kapla. But anyhow, with the Treaty of Algeron, it was complete shit. Yeah, it set up the neutral zone, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's where they no ships can enter the neutral zone, but yet that was constantly violated. Like no one held up to it. Then how the hell is the Federation even supposed to know that the if the Romulans are violating it? Yet they, but yeah, it's always it seems like they are always on the Federation side of the neutral zone. Now I can see maybe science vessels or cargo cargo ships going into the neutral zone, but not warships. But yet they could have made it like a demilitarized zone. But yet it always seems like the Romulans are right there inside the neutral zone. But what else did it establish? In 2073, the treaty was revised along. Okay, they revised it in the Dominion War, but they had to have a Romulan officer on board. So, like with the Defiant, there they had the cloaking device, but yet they had a Romulan officer learning all the secrets of the Defiant while it was on there. So, how's that fair to the Federation? Yeah, and it was revised again after the Dominion War to be used outside the Alpha Quadrant. And it couldn't be on long range vessels. To me, that sounds like to me that the Federation got the shaft on that one. They should have allowed at least allowed cloaking devices for defensive purposes. Then this one here was mentioned in TAG, the Treaty of Armaments. That's the one with the Shiliak there. There with Data having to go down to that one. It's a Class H planet with um, this was I can't remember what type of. It's a Class H planet. I know that all Class H planets go to the Shiliak because the Federation didn't have use for them at the time. But they were signed in 20. That's then the bad thing about this. The Shiliak said, "Oh, our language is too primitive, so they had to have it 1,000 some damn pages long." Yeah, there, and it's only contested once. Not much really is mentioned about that treaty. I'm gonna save that one for last. There's the one treaty there with the Federation alliance. That's when the Klingons and the Federation renewed their Kinemer Accords to fight the Dominion there. I didn't. I knew the Romulans joined, but I did not know the Gorn hegemony joined. And we all remember that the Cardassians joined at the end there. They defected there. So, all right. Then he got the treaty. Now this is another one where the Federation got shafted on it. This was signed to end the border dispute there, the Federation Cardassian Treaty of 2370. They did get the shaft on this one because it established the demilitarized zone. Okay, that's good. But yet, the Federation had to give up a shit ton of good worlds for ones that Cardassia already strip mined. There, and then they didn't even establish whether, well, they're trying to force all the Federation citizens off the planets there after they built their homes there, which they refused to leave, and that's how they formed the what would you call it? Not the radical group, maybe, of the Maquis. And the Cardassians broke that treaty numerous times, but the Federation didn't do a damn thing about it. And that's how you ended up with the Dominion Alliance. There, which really I don't know how that treaty was even signed. I mean, they could have just kept the borders the same and still established a DMZ there, but nobody gave up any worlds, because we already know that the Cardassians strip mine planets and then they go to the next planet. And it was reinstated after the Dominion War. Now we move on to the Genkata Accord. And apparently, this was just between the Federation of Planets and the Cardassian Union, also signed in 2037. Apparently, neither what would you call it, civilization could move into another quadrant for territorial expansion. Well, the Federation already expands across two quadrants. I guess I suppose that's to prevent. And if Bajor will join, they will have expanded into the Gamma Quadrant because they're setting up outposts there until the Dominion destroyed them. But I guess I think that was mentioned in Voyager. I think that was mentioned when Seven started going nuts there. She was trying to overanalyze everything and she compartmented everything and she came up with those radical conspiracy theories. All right, the Gorn as well as the Ferengi were non-military members of the. Okay, I know the Federation was trying to get the Ferengi to join up there, but I don't. But you think the Gorn would have sent a few ships to help defend? So what were the Gorn actually doing then during the war? All right. We got the Kinmer Corps. This is one that is actually a halfway decent one. It was signed after the Enterprise C was destroyed there by 4 Romulan warlords that impressed the Klingons there. And it pretty much established the alliance between the United Federation, the Federation, and the Klingon Empire. In which really both sides got equal dealings in it there. Even though Gowron broke it off right before the war, they re-signed it the next year. This is another thing I didn't realize is that right after the Dominion War that prohibited subspace weaponry. I'm guessing that's because they wanted to outlaw like the Houdinis that the Jem'Hadar were using, that they got turned against them. But apparently, in one of the novels, the Ferengi and the Romulan Star Empire joined it in 23. I'm guessing a lot of these are mentioned in the expanded canon here. So let's see the Class Estron Federation extra. Oh, that just apparently can extradite the citizens who commit crime. Oh, that's nothing. There's that neutral zone treaty. That's the one that formed the neutral zone between the Federation, the Romulans, and the Klingons there. They also established a new. Oh, that's where the Nimbus 3 from Star Trek 5 comes about. There. That's actually an interesting idea, but I think they picked the wrong planet to try to do that on because that planet was kind of a shithole to begin with. But yeah, that's where the Nimbus 3 planet comes along, was from the Neutral Zone Treaty. This next one was mentioned in Voyager, was the Polaric Testband Treaty. That was between the Romulans and the Federation. To prohibit the research and development of it. Alrighty, on to the Seldonis 4 Convention. Now, this one here was signed by a lot of the major powers. It's basically the Geneva Convention of the Geneva Convention, like we have here, saying that how they won't torture prisoners in there, or prisoners of war, and have a neutral representative. That's pretty much all that is. Now, this one here goes all the way back, I believe, to Enterprise's day, the Treaty of Sharon. Oh, that was the end, the Earth Romulan war there, when after the 4 years that the Earth, the Dorians, Vulcans, and Tellarites were fighting the Romulans there. So that's just basically the peace treaty there. Then the Treaty of Estire, the treaty between the United States Federation and the Romulans. Okay, this was 2274, so that would have been around the time, I believe, of like Star Trek 3. That just allowed Romulans to access the non-Federation worlds along the frontier, as long as they did not. Oh, so why did they even need a treaty for that? I mean, the Federation should have no say in non-Federation worlds anyhow. So how did they get access to? So why would they need uh, a treaty for that? That just doesn't make sense. The non-military firms protect logistics and material support because they lack the military. Well, the Ferengi has the military capability. We know the Gorn do, because they had the ability to destroy the planets there in Arena. Yeah, Nimbus 3 was the garden spot. But it's still, well, they built it on a desert. I mean, it was a complete desert. Let's see, the Jennison's Non-Proliferation Treaty. The treaty between the... So basically, this is an all powers one, which... okay, this came after Star Trek 3, where it just bans the Genesis. So I didn't even know they signed a treaty banning the Genesis weapons. But I don't know. Yeah. I think that seems like a waste of time because we already know that not all the powers are going to abide by it. And really, it could have brought dead worlds back to life. But I suppose that's the purpose of the treaty. You got the Treaty of Cirrus, uh, which is it's between the Federation and the Zinti, which allows them so it just allows them access to Zinti space. They got the Treaty of Alpha Cygenius 9. Basically that's like the UN court. So basically fucking useless. Because anybody who violates it, they're not gonna do a damn thing. Now we got the Treaty of Bajor. Now this one here was kind of it established a peace between the Dominion and the Federation and the Klingons and that. But did the Cardassians ever get punished for even starting the war? And what about the Breen? They never mentioned whether or not the Breen get punished in that. Like, did they go unscathed through that? At there, the Breen should have been punished for their part in it. And, well, I suppose Cardassia got punished enough with a what was it, 800 million lives lost, or so I guess and all their planets were destroyed. They basically became a puppet of the Federation after that, I suppose. But the Dominion had to retreat to the Gamma Quadrant. So it was an all right treaty, but they still, why didn't the Breen get punished? That's what I want to know. That's why I kind of wish that Deep Space Nine would have gotten like a season 8 there, so they could like establish the aftermath of the Dominion War. But I know they wanted to keep to that 7 season format. But with that, it's just some of these treaties were just complete crap there, and I have just like, why would anybody sign treaties that bad? But I don't know. But that's the peace treaties and the cores that I could find here. I found them on Star Trek Aftermath there, so that's kind of a lot of the ones that treaties have been established and mentioned there throughout all of Star Trek there. Maybe I'll find some more and do another stream later on about it. But anyhow, that's my thoughts on them. Yeah, I thought about that after I said something. Because they did lose like 800 million lives in that. And they did become a Federation puppet. Even though I thought that was the Klingons' job. Because there's no way Cardassia could sustain itself if the Federation didn't help them. So the Federation, pretty much, that's how the Federation became the dominant power in the Alpha Quadrants there. The Breen simply withdrew their aerospace and yeah, but they still should have been some kind of punishments and reparations. At least make them rebuild all the ships they lost that they destroyed, especially at the second Battle of Chintaka that they destroyed 349 Alliance ships. I think it was 349. But yeah, they should have rebuilt the things here. But with that, I think I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna be heading over to the Nerd Fight over on Salty Checkers channel. Make sure to check out Resolute Germ. We do live reacts to the Orville every Thursday there, and I'm not sure what we're doing after that. It'll be bringing back Saturday morning cartoons at the end of August, I believe. And then Actually, I think I'm gonna see my things here working. And then also we got Farscape and Lex on Tuesday. Bird, I'm not sure. I don't think I got your thing in here. Oh, they could have enforced it if they really wanted to. They could have. Of course, the breed might have been neutered here after. Okay, but I think it's working here. Yeah, there's okay. So we got Stargate and Lex on Tuesdays. Bird, he does Bed Life on Mondays and Fridays. On Wednesdays is Deep Space Nine stream. Twilight Zone on Sundays. And he's been doing poker on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. It's always quite a bit of fun. Yeah, it's always fun going to Bird's channel there, even if I can't watch it live. Um, oh, here I'll get yours here. Just oh, oh, yours is easy to remember. So, yep, it is being a good bot today. And here is Bird of Prey 5's channel. Check it out. Um, yeah, I'll try to be able to catch your bed life streams here, but is there a way to find them if they're unlisted? Like, are they on your website there, Bird? Because I can't really listen to them at work no more tomorrow at the moment. So if there's a way to find them afterwards, that'd be great. I think that yep, it's just Bird and Germ today. Yeah, I think Bird will be expecting that in the super chat there, Germ. Uh, so, oh, okay. Thank you, Bird. That makes it so much easier. Because your bed lives are a lot of fun, especially your dear bops. I don't even know how you why you put up with half of those dear bops, but they are classic ones. And Wordle's always fun. Okay, well, thank you very much, Bird. That will that'll make it easier to find there, and maybe I could catch up. How late do you run your poker streams? Because maybe I could be able to join. Well, I might be able to join your poker stream here on Saturday, depending on what time it is. Because I got Babylon 5 at 6 o'clock, so Central Standard Time. So, what the hell? Oh, just the neighbors there. All right. So with that, I'm gonna be ending it. Thank you, Bird and Resolute, for joining me, and